Hello, and this is Boogest Reviews, and happy Star Wars Day, everyone. Today I'm doing the Star Wars 40th Anniversary Luke Skywalker figure review. So before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the card back. Now, I got a comment that said that it'd be nice to show this off, so I'm going to show it. This is the card back that he comes on, and it's very reminiscent of the 70s Star Wars toys, the old vintage toys. I think Hasbro did a great job of redoing this for the 6-inch figures. And it has a little foil stamp right there that says 40th anniversary. And one complaint I had is it's really hard to get the plastic bubble around it off because it's taped in back here and glued down. So it's a little hard to get into it, but it makes you anticipate it even more. And on the back it shows all the figures that you can buy. And from here over, all these figures are coming in June. I don't get why they broke them up like that instead of just, releasing them all at once. But all of these figures come out in June, and this is the Star Wars Legacy Pack. Now, I'm actually going to get this today, so I will be reviewing this sometime next week. But I really like this back. It's very reminiscent of the 70s toys. I think Hasbro did a great job representing that. Okay, so now this is the Luke Skywalker toy. Now, the only accessory he comes with is his lightsaber, of course, and his macro binoculars. I think Hasbro did a great job on this. All the sculpting and collar, all the ridges are sculpted into it. Even the dial on the side is sculpted in. Would have been cool if it would have been on a swivel, but then it probably would have broke, so I see why they didn't do that. But it just looks really cool. There's a lot of detail on this for being so tiny. And if you want, you can plug it in. It has a bendable rubber, like really soft rubber clip that you can clip onto his belt. And you just kind of maneuver it in there. And one problem that I had was sometimes his belt will pop off when you're trying to do that. But if you put it in the right way, it won't. Okay, no, it did not pop off. So, I think Hasbro did an amazing job on this figure. And I really love the soft goods shirt, or kind of like a tunic. Yeah, I think it's a tunic. And Hasbro did really good on that. And I think it allows for more movement with the figure, like he actually has double jointed elbows. So you can get him into holding the lightsaber, into a lightsaber holding position really well. Like, some of the Star Wars figures just have single-jointed elbows, another thing that I like, but I complain about because it doesn't give a good range of motion, but you can get him in any kind of pose you can imagine with this. So I think Hasbro did really good with this. And with all their lightsabers, I'm just going to do that, because his balance is a little off, like, it'll need some tweaking if you want to balance him. So that is another complaint I had, but the lightsaber, the hilt, and the blade are removable. So you can plug this into his belt. It has a hook right here, just like in the movie. I think they did good with that. It is very movie accurate. And again, Hasbro just completely blew me away with this action figure. I love the hair on it. It's sculpted really nice, but it's kind of a sandy blonde color, and it has a little bit of dry brushing of brown over it. I think it looks like Mark Hamill too. I think they did an amazing job with that. Looks like a young Luke. And comparing it to the picture here, I'll just compare it. I think it looks just like him. So Hasbro did a really good job with this. And I like the detail on his belt too. I like the comm link. Hasbro sculpted out and colored it very well. I even like the silver on his belt. And if you look all the way around, all the pouches are sculpted in. I like the little gold buttons. That's a really nice touch to it. And I like the pants because they might just, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's got kind of like a texture like this, like the tablecloth. It's got that kind of a thing sculpted into it, a pattern sculpted into it. So it might be hard to see, but there's a pattern sculpted in there. And I think Hasbro did really well with this figure. It looks great. And the wrappings for his boot, they actually did a dry brushing of light brown over the dark brown, kind of making it seem sandy. So I think it looks really good. So now for the articulation. He has a ball jointed head that moves back that much and down all the way, moves side to side. He's got ball jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. And that's why I'm a fan of this soft goods tunic too, is because if they would have went with the hard tunic, like a sculpted plastic one, he wouldn't have had as much movement, and he definitely wouldn't have had double jointed shoulders. So he's got ball jointed shoulders that move out that much. He's got a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist, and it can move back and forth and side to side. It's the same on this side. And he does have a ball jointed diaphragm that can move back that much and down just a little bit. But the belt, since it is up higher, it does limit him a little bit. But you can shift it around to the way you need it. You know, you don't need him perfectly like that. So, honestly, you can work with it and it'll be fine. He's got ball jointed hips that move out that much. He can kick forward all the way and back just a little bit. He's got a swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, and he's got ankle pivot and ankle swivel. Now the ankle pivot is honestly what helps this figure stand, because if you fiddle with it and stuff like that, then you can get it. Because sometimes when he's holding his lightsaber, it's hard to get him posed too. See, that's my only complaint with this figure, actually, is just that, and that the belt pops off. But the belt's meant to. It has a peg, so if you want to remove it, you can. But I did find another thing that's cool, since for most of episode 4, he doesn't use the lightsaber at all, just when he's training. You can use this extra blaster from Princess Leia that she comes with, the Imperial rifle, and put it in his hands, and it looks really cool. It looks like the original posters for A New Hope. And again, the double jointed elbows help with the posability of this figure. So you can do that with this figure. I think that looks really good. I honestly prefer that to him having his lightsaber on. I like it hooked on his belt and him holding the rifle. So I think that's really good. So if you want a little bit of part swaps there, you can do that. But I really like this figure. Hasbro did an amazing job with the sculpting on it, and I'm a huge fan of this soft goods tunic. And just all the sculpting, because even if you can't see it on the pants, it has a sculpted texture into it. They did really well on the boots. This is just another great figure, and Hasbro impressed me yet again. And so, just comparing these two again, that's how they look. So I think Hasbro did an amazing job of this figure, and I would highly recommend this to any Star Wars action figure collector or just Star Wars fan in general. So if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And happy May the 4th, everyone. Thanks for watching.